And once again, we are here on Living in the 21st Century. And today we have a special guest in the house, and that's Zobel. And joining me is Deborah,
yes,
makeup stylist, and Jasmine, model. And today they are here to talk about the makeup and how to apply it, some of their products, etc.
Yeah.
So Deborah, please take it away.
Okay, so let's start by talking about the name, Zobel.
Sure.
And it means you're beautiful.
Okay.
So ladies, whenever you wear the makeup, you're actually saying, or we're saying to you that you are beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
So there's the Zobel is one line, and then there's the U blend.
Okay.
And the origin of this product is Barbados. So
Nice.
some 23 years ago, as a matter of fact, October 1
Okay.
was when we started back in 1996, 23 years ago, okay?
Wow.
Okay.
And I started out hair and makeup, well, in the hair industry first, and then I got a call asking to do film, but
Okay.
that call was to do hair.
Okay.
Now, you know, you show up with your hair stuff, and then all of a
Yes.
sudden, the makeup artist does not show up.
Right.
So I was thrown in at the deep, and thank God I swam, and I did well, and that's how I got into the makeup aspect as well. So then from there, I became the rep for another makeup line, a German brand, and I would have done that for 10 years, and it rode me all the way here to Boston, where I was the franchise owner of that particular brand.
Nice.
And then while being here, I did some more studying, and I became a custom blend specialist.
Wow, that
And
sounds
hence,
good.
we have Zobel
Okay.
and U blend.
Whoa.
Now, the U blend, it stands for unique blend.
Okay.
But we call it U blend for short. And what that is the customization of the makeup specifically for the person's skin tone, the age of their skin type, their activities, all of those things we consider, and that's mixed
Sure.
right in front of the person.
Okay.
Right?
That's nice.
So can I show you some
Well,
of
sure,
the
please
products?
walk us through these products. Yes.
Yeah,
Let
so
us-
come over. So you know what, I'm gonna start with the skincare, and the
Okay.
skincare is not just for the females, it's
Right.
also for males as well.
Okay.
And I know sometimes men, they're like, oh, makeup, but you have skin and you need to care it.
Yes.
And it's not acceptable that what you use on the rest of your body, you use on your face. The skin on the face and the body is two different things, so you
Okay.
need to treat them accordingly. So we have loads of skincare for you, face wash and cleansers and toners and moisturizers, and of course, makeup removers. Some of them having sunblock, and it's
Okay.
necessary that we wear sunblock.
Yes.
And then for some persons who may have an oily skin, we have a mattifier to help control some of that oil. One of my favorite parts of the skincare, and a lot of people overlook this is brush cleaner.
Okay.
And this is made, I make this specifically with my hand.
Okay.
And the beauty about this, it is used to clean your brushes. So after you've applied makeup, and you ladies can probably testify that you put your brushes down for days on end and you do not wash them, and that's a no-no.
Okay.
Because sometimes what can happen if you get a breakout or something,
Right.
you're thinking, oh, this makeup isn't good. That's not true. It may be because your brushes just need cleaning.
Okay.
So this brush cleaner is really, really good. It's two-faced. You usually just shake, you spray, and you clean your brushes out.
So it has some kind of
A
purifi-
disinfectant,
okay.
yeah, it disinfects. So for the makeup artist, it is excellent. If you're doing several
Right.
persons, you're not going to go buy 10 sets of brushes.
Exactly.
You're going to use your brush cleaner to clean out. So it disinfects, so you make sure that you're practicing hygiene all the time. Okay, so that's the skincare. Then of course we have things like the foundation. We have the stick foundations. Those give you full coverage.
Right.
Okay, and like I say, makeup is also for men. Like on television,
Yes.
sometimes men would wear makeup as well, so that when
Okay.
the lights go on, you're not shining and
Right.
so on. So that foundation is actually television approved,
Okay.
and it's really excellent. Then we have our translucent blotting powders. We have invisible blotting powder for persons who have a shine. It keeps the
Okay.
shine off the face. We have the eyeshadows, the blush, the bronzers. Eyebrow powders, the ladies are all about the eyebrows.
Right.
So we have an excellent eyebrow powder, and that's the way to go as opposed to the eyebrow pencil
Okay.
now. It stays longer, and that is one of our best sellers because it stays really, really long. Maybe I should come over
Sure.
here and just show you guys some stuff. So this is the eyebrow powder that we have, and it's in a cake, so it will last you really, really long.
Okay.
Then we have some of our blushers, the eyeshadows, a wealth of eyeshadows. The beauty about our eyeshadows, we do not force you to use something that you don't want.
Right.
What you would do, you choose your colors and you pick an empty palette. We have a 2 palette, a 3 palette, sometimes a 6, sometimes a 20. So you pick what you want. You customize your own palette. So at the end of the day, you have what you want, and you don't, you're not forced to use something that is not good for your skin or doesn't suit your complexion or whatever. Yeah. So then, as I mentioned, some bronzers as well.
Okay.
The ladies really like that to wear at night to give you a nice shimmery and glowy, dewy kind of look.
Okay.
Then we have our lip colors. These are the regular lipsticks. Also lip glosses and long wear matte lip colors. These last really, really long. You can drink, you can eat, you can kiss, and they're not gonna come off. Okay, and that's what you want. Yes. You guys like that.
So what's so different between matte lip colors and the other lip colors that comes off is that this stays longer.
This stays on longer, and it's not transfer. It doesn't transfer. It locks it, like lipstick stick. I heard that just recently. Right? It sticks, yeah. So it doesn't, and the guys, they like that, because I do a lot of brides, and when you may kiss the bride, guarantee he's gonna have a transfer of lipstick. But with this, you're not gonna get that at all. And you don't have to worry on a photo shoot or throughout the day to reapply all the time. It stays on. The only thing that's gonna take that off is if you eat something that's grease-based. And we ladies know how to eat without getting our lipstick messed up, okay? So we have the long wear lipstick, all right? Then lots of eyeliners and lip liners, mascaras. Our mascaras, they're not clumpy, they're waterproof as well, okay?
Right,
yeah.
okay. Well, look, one question I want to ask you, because I heard you mention foundation. And how important is it for foundation to be, is this applied first or tell me about foundation.
Right, so after you do, that's an excellent question. After you do your skincare, and skincare is paramount. It makes no sense putting on beautiful makeup and you're not taking care of your skin. Eventually that's gonna come through, okay? So you need to do your skincare, take care of your skin, moisturize, cleanse, tone, all of that. So after you've done that, then you're gonna prime your face with, whether it's for oily skin or dry skin, you're gonna prime your face, and then you're gonna go in with your foundation, okay? And we have different shades. Now, this is very important, and this is one of the most important stages after the skincare for your makeup. Think about if you're building a house or a building and you don't construct your foundation properly, it's gonna affect the rest of the building. So foundation, I think, is so appropriately named foundation. So you have to make sure you choose the right foundation, considering the type of skin, considering the correct color, and you also have to make sure that you apply it correctly as well. And speaking of application, we do teach persons how to apply as well. Their makeup, because it's not a case that we just have the makeup and give it to you and then you don't know what to do, but we will also instruct you product knowledge as to how to apply the makeup as well. So foundation is of paramount importance to makeup.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, another question I'm going to ask you, because I heard you spoke about it earlier, internal beauty and external beauty and so forth, because I know nothing about makeup, and there were times when I see beautiful women who puts on makeup, and they look far worse off. Let's say that they didn't have any at all. And then there are some who ain't so beautiful, applies makeup, and then they look really beautiful. So explain to me a little bit how makeup really works, because I believe it works for some people, and it just don't work for the next.
So I believe it can work for everyone. The thing is, you need to make sure that your selection is flawless. And that's where a professional comes in. The correct color for your skin tones. We have different undertones. So using the correct color for your skin tones. The correct type of makeup for the type of skin you have. If you have oily skin, you don't want to choose an oil-based makeup, because it's going to make your face appear even more oily than it is. So it is about selecting, and that's why I said instruction. We give you product knowledge and we assist you in terms of selecting the right makeup for your skin. Now, with persons putting it on and not knowing, that's knowledge again, technique, how you apply it, what you do, when you do. And so once you hone in on those skills and you take care of those different areas, then you realize that, you know, makeup is for everyone. Now, there's also this thing whereby you go on television and all these tutorials, and what that person does, you do on your face, and that's a no-no because our face structures are different.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean that because this person wears it like this, that is gonna suit you. You need to determine what suits you best, and that's what you select, and then, you know. And there's one thing you said, I think you were hinting at someone who may not be so beautiful. I believe that every face has a beautiful characteristic.
Okay.
And as the makeup artist, it is my responsibility to accentuate that. And then likewise, there are some features about our face that we may not like. So it's my responsibility again to conceal that. So once I have done that, then that person will have an excellent outcome.
So this,
my job is very hard, right?
Well, yes, to some degree it is. So therefore, we can actually say that there are a lot of women out there who puts on makeup, but they are not really aware of what to do.
This is true, and unfortunately, like I say, they watch the tutorials, and they watch that and they see that, and then they do it on themselves, but it may not be applicable to them. So they would now need a professional like myself, a one-on-one that can guide them through the necessary steps. One of the things, contouring and highlighting, that became very big. Originally, it was used in the film industry. If you wanted to change the facial structure of the individual, like if you wanted a male to look like a female or vice versa, you do a lot of contouring and highlight if you wanted someone to look older. But it has made its way in full force into the beauty industry. And everybody is contouring and highlighting, but you have to study the structure of the face and determine what to contour and what to highlight. If you just go watch on television or on internet what this person is doing, that person's bone structure is different to yours. So it's not gonna come out so right.
Well, since we are on this makeup, let's switch a little bit over to Jasmine, because you're a model, and I'm sure you're accustomed dealing with makeup on your face. How important is it for you to have makeup applied to your face?
Well, the importance, it depends on the scenario. And it's very important, like a scenario, you know, of modeling or a fashion show or getting in front of the camera. Very important. So, yeah, very, very important.
So how do you feel when it's applied and when it's take off? Is there a special feeling you have when it's applied onto your face from when it's then taken off of your face? Do you feel normal, like the real you when it's off, or do you feel artificial when it's applied?
Well, me personally, I don't wear makeup often. So when I do wear makeup, I do feel a little bit different because I'll forget and I like want to wipe or something. But I don't feel like unlike myself. But I feel like leading more into someone else. I feel like in our society that happens a lot, where people will put makeup on and they'll go into a completely different characteristic, completely different personality. I'm not like that.
So let me get it straight. So here's a beautiful woman with her nice, polished, well-applied makeup on her face, and she steps into a different personality. Now that can be both ways. It can be feel like a beautified queen, or she may just get in a crazy mood and act differently. And the makeup and the personalities don't work. So you got an exterior and an internal and interior personality. Could you differentiate that a little bit for me and tell me what that's like?
Right. So my years of experience in the makeup industry and the beauty industry, as a matter of fact, I've encountered many, many women. And yes, there are some women that lack that confidence. But unlike Jazz has that confidence. So whether it's on or off, she knows she's beautiful. And I mean, she is beautiful without it. She's beautiful as well with it. But makeup, the purpose of makeup, it is there to just enhance your beauty. But you have to know that you are already beautiful. Okay? So then when it goes on, you don't alter your personality, you know, and when it comes off, because I think it's more a challenge when it comes off, some people don't want to go out without it because they feel as if, oh, I'm not beautiful without it. But you ought to know your beauty, and beauty is more than skin deep. I think we're going to hit on that a little later. But beauty is more than skin deep. So when you know that, then you don't use makeup as a crutch. Okay? Makeup is just simply there to accentuate your beauty. It does give some people confidence because you have persons who may have some kind of skin blemish or vitiligo or stuff like that. And I've worked with customers like that or persons like that. And when I put on the makeup, this lady, she cried because for the first time, she in her eyes, she was looking so beautiful. She's saying she can go out and people wouldn't be looking at her and the school kids wouldn't be pointing at her and stuff like that. And it brought such a wealth of confidence to her. Now that is great because of what she's experiencing. Right. So makeup serves various purposes, but ultimately we ought to know that we are beautiful with it or without it.
Well, I'm glad you touched that note, because there are little kids, little young girls, sometimes they want to put makeup on their face. Some moms let them do it. Some moms don't let them do it.
Right.
Because they figure, oh, you're trying to grow up too fast. At what age do you think is a correct age for a young lady to start applying makeup or playing with makeup?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
I agree. I'm not, as much as I'm in the makeup industry, I have nieces, and the most lip gloss is fine, a little girl, and the moisturizing lip balm, that's great. But I think way into like 16, you can start to introduce a little something. 17, 18, you know. But I'm not in agreement with like the 13 to no, you need to hold it. You need to wait unless you're a dancer, right? My nieces, they're dancers and they got into makeup, but they would only wear makeup on stage. If they dance or if they sing or if they do something like that, you need that on stage, okay? And still the application of it, you're not going to apply it as if it is a full-grown woman. You're still going to maintain their innocence and recognize their age when you apply it. Okay. Yeah.
So, like you said, it will still maintain the innocence.
Yes.
So it has an impact on how people perceive you, and it can make you look more mature, even when you are not too mature.
That's right.
So they have a psychological negative impact in some of it, or
it can.
Let's explain that a little bit.
Yeah, it can, depending on the individual as well. But not just looking at the individual, but looking at the persons who are looking at the individual.
Right.
So if you take a 13-year-old and you put a whole load of makeup on her and you make her look like a grown woman, guess what? She's gonna attract grown men.
That's right.
And that's an issue. And if that child is not educated enough or trained well enough by the parents, they could be led astray quite easily. So you don't want to, as parents, you don't want to grow up your children too quickly. You know, you really don't.
Parental guidance. That's good parental
guidance.
Well, I think we want to do a demonstration on Jasmine at this point.
Before we go, I really want to mention about her U-Blend. This is the other line. And basically, I normally do an analysis with the customer. I ask them certain questions, like for instance, Jasmine, what type of skin do you have? Oily, dry, combination?
I would say a little bit oily.
Okay. Where in particular?
My nose,
the T-zone.
Forehead, T-zone.
Yes, and that's typical with most persons. So with Jasmine, I need to consider that when I'm doing her mix, okay? And then, Jasmine, do you prefer a matte look, a dewy look, or a natural look?
I prefer more of a natural.
A more natural look, okay. So a matte look, because I know you don't know what we're talking about. A matte look is more like a flat look. You know, a flat kind of finish. A dewy look is more like a pearly, luminous kind of look. And that is suited like for nighttime, for persons, younger persons' nighttime. It is suited for aged skin as well. You do not want to put a matte look on someone who is aged, because the lines and the wrinkle is going to be magnified even more. But she wants a natural, and natural is exactly that. It's natural. So we consider all of that, and based on the analysis, and there's more questions that we ask. Do you want sunblock in there? Do you want anti-aging? Most people want, do you want anti-aging in your mix?
No.
Girl, you don't need it. But most people usually, I want anti-aging at age 20. They want, but it is for, I normally recommend for persons over 40. And what it is just a serum that helps the skin, keeps the skin nice and tight. But all of that goes into your U-Blend mix, and it's almost like a little scientist here. We have our beakers. So based on what you say to us, these are our base products. We pour it into the beaker. These are our toners, because you have different undertones, like I mentioned to you, and these are just some of the undertones. Then you put that in, and that takes care of the base. So you have the correct color Okay.
Right. And the U blend mix is your mix?
Yes.
Nice.
Remember I told you I did the training to be a custom blend specialist?
She's a master specialist.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, I did sciences at school. My science teacher will be really proud of me right now, okay? Because a lot of that came in very handy in the training.
Okay.
So then based on like, Jasmine wants a natural look, so I wouldn't put anything in for her. But if someone else wanted a matte look, I can put in a mattifier, I can put in sunblock, I can put in pearl for the dewy look. Then we have oil control if you have oily skin, hydration if you have dry skin, and the anti-aging that I mentioned. So once I've done the analysis, I will now formulate their mix. I mix it in here. And then with my little syringe and this, we kind of pump it into the bottle. Okay. Nice. And the beauty about this is for a long time, a lot of women have been having difficulty finding the correct color. Right. So the U blend has canceled that. So now you have not only the correct color foundation, because I'm mixing it in front of you, and it takes about 20 minutes to do that. You have the correct color, you have the correct foundation for your skin type, whether it's oily, dry combination, for your age, and also your activities. Based on, if you're a dancer, I would know I need to put some mattifier in there so your makeup can stay up longer under the lights and stuff like that.
So pertaining to being personalized with this, for different skins and different complexion. Right. Is this something already out there established, or do you mix this pertaining to who comes to you? No, it is when you book you come to me, you book and you come to me, I do the analysis and I mix it in front of you. So it's no longer, so with the stick foundation, you just go in and that's prepackaged, you grab that and go. This one is personalized, it is customized specifically for the customer. So that is mixed in front of you. So if a client wants to reach out to you, what is there a number or email that they can contact you? Yes. And do you go to the client or the client comes to you? Which one? Yeah, so we do offer a concierge service as well, whereby we come to you or you can come to us, but my contact number will be 617-637-2084. You can also find us on IG and Facebook. Okay. Oh, nice. So now to look at Jazz. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Jazz. Sure, definitely. So I've done Jazz makeup. She has on her foundation. When you're matching your foundation, turn your head to the side for me. You want to make sure that the foundation matches with the neckline. Now, sometimes some people go in and they match on the hand. That's a no-no because the complexion on the hand and the skin is two different things. Okay. So you want to go in and make sure that it matches back. So when you put it on, you don't have you ever seen that? A lady where the foundation is one color and the neck is like a mask that they're wearing? Exactly. I thought you were going to say that because a lot of guys, when I talk, it's like, why is it that when they put on the makeup, the face is one color and the neck is something completely different? So you want to match it to your neckline, okay? And then your eyebrows, there are different ways in which you can do your eyebrows. If you want them really prominent, you will do them before your foundation. You can do them after. The eyebrows is really important, and I'm glad that the fashion industry has gone that way of accentuating the eyebrows a whole lot on the face, because it is a beautiful feature and it's an important feature on the face to highlight, okay? Definitely. So then eyeshadow, eyeliner, mascara, lipstick, you know, the full works we would apply. And all of this product that Jasmine is wearing, it is from the Zabel line. Okay. It's completely from the Zabel line. In this case, when people have their weddings and special events, that you would be the ideal person for them to reach out to. If you're close to their vicinity, I believe. Of course. And like I say, we do a concierge service, so we can get to them, and our team of artists, we can definitely come in and do their makeup. We also do like makeup parties as well. Okay. With the same U blend, you get a bunch of girls together, you get some food and some music, and I set up a nice round table, and everybody has their little beaker, so then the customer becomes the scientist. I'm just walking them through the steps. So they're pouring and they're mixing and they're pumping, and it's a wonderful time. We usually call it a makeup soiree. Yeah. Okay, well, that's pretty nice. So what are you exactly doing here right now? I saw you just... So that was just a highlight that I put on her cheeks just now, one of our highlighters. So that's the last thing that you put on. And that really, she has nice cheekbones, but I just wanted to give a little more prominence to it. So I just put a little highlight on there. Her lipstick that she's wearing is one of the Longwear. Before we came on set, tell them about it, Jazz. Yeah, so I drank some very cold water and it did not come off. Mind you, the water was cold. Nothing came off. I didn't feel like I was going to
have the bottom lip gone or something.
Right.
You know, a lot of times women get scared.
Yes.
It was like a perfect
What if
drinking
the
of
water
water.
was hot? Would it be a difference?
Maybe,
but
still.
But actually, no, it wouldn't make it.
Because
literally, the only thing would be grease. Anything with an oil base would then take it off. Literally, yeah.
It has a long wear, so it sticks.
Yeah.
Stick.
Yeah. Okay. But you know, before we run off, I really want to hit in on what I talked about earlier.
Sure.
And I like to call it after you have beautified. Meaning you've cleansed your skin, you have on your makeup, you're looking beautiful, you're all dressed up and everything.
Yes.
What's next? What's happening? And a lot of times, unfortunately, people focus on the skin, on the beauty, but then they don't pay attention to their character.
Right.
Their personality, their behavior. I've witnessed so many times beautiful women, they come out and they're looking so good, but then when they open their mouths or the way how they relate to each other, it's not so beautiful. And for me, when I see that, I no longer see the beauty here, because what's most important is the beauty that is inside, that it permeates on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So both the beauty on the outside and the inside
is
to walk together.
Yes, it has to go together. But inside is more important, because I also have experience whereby I did makeup for individuals and I'm working really hard and I'm like, this person still look very miserable, you know, very upset and stuff. And
energy.
And that's exactly what was going on. They were fretting and fussing. So no amount of makeup that I put on, it didn't make a difference until they fixed their attitude. And unfortunately, guess what? It was a braid. You know, it was a braid.
Wow.
That hurts.
But tell me something though. Do you see how far you're going to be taking your business? To what level? I'm sure the knowledge you have, there are millions of young women out there who would love to acquire this kind of wisdom in terms of not just making themselves beautiful on the outside, also on the internal aspect of it.
Yes.
How would you somewhat impart your wisdom? Do you have a strategic plan to grow your business? Not only just local, but national, probably, even international.
Right. Okay. So as I said, we started in Barbados and we were able to hit the Caribbean to some extent.
Yes.
My next stomping ground was right here in Boston, because I had already entered this market here.
Yes.
So then from there, I want to be able to reach into the other states, and I also want to be able to reach back to the Caribbean islands.
Right.
I'm very aware that what happens in the USA, it influences the Caribbean.
Yes, it do.
So whilst I launched in Barbados, because I'm from Barbados, and home drums beat,
of course,
I then decided to come to the US to kind of, and then to reach back to the Caribbean again.
Is the young women in the Caribbean highly makeup oriented?
Oh yes.
I don't know, because
definitely.
most of them I see don't have much makeup on their face.
No, you're not going to the right places. Yes, you're very much so. But to answer your question about how do I impart knowledge, I love to impart knowledge. And that is why there's a teaching arm to my business.
Okay, nice.
And a lot of times, you know, it is me teaching persons who maybe young women who may be out of jobs, who may have fallen in life, teaching them certain things. I also teach dress for success, how to prepare yourself for job interviews, so on and so forth. So I do have a great passion for teaching makeup and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, nice. So there's any plans in the future for certification courses?
Yes, actually, I've done that. Yeah, we're there already. So when we train, we certify. So I train for different institutions and organizations. I've been training for over 10 years now, and I've trained within the Caribbean and the U.S., the New England area as well. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, is there any more things you need us to know about these products you have here?
Well, Zabel and U-Blend, those are two excellent makeup lines. You can contact us at 617-637-2084. My name is Deborah. I would love to meet you. I would love to beautify you. Anything you need, you can also find us on IG and Facebook.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we come to the end of this session, and to all those who have been tuning in, you can contact
Deborah,
and she will be able to give you the knowledge and wisdom that you acquire. Until then, bye-bye. Have a nice day.
And stay beautiful.
Please.